that's because in the pivotal moments, he lost his mind. And listen, people are going to say, Bart, why are you calling somebody out? No one play. But what it did is it's a show of the attention to details. It's one thing to do your job. It's one thing to do your job at a high level. And your job isn't to turn your back. Like in cover 2, you turn your back to the sideline and you're supposed to fall back for the 7 route or a hitch to provide underneath help. And then you're supposed to rally up to the outside, sit down route or the out route because you're reading 2-1. But if you don't reroute the receiver, it doesn't throw the timing off for the safety. Remember, the safety has to look 2-1 as well.
He's sitting on the hash.
Right, because he's sitting on the hash. So if number 2 goes up the rail and continues to go vertical, he's stuck in between 2-1. You get 2 verticals, it's a bind. And what happens is the linebacker has to stay inside out on a number 2, and then you have to say, do I help him or do I get over the top of 1? When you don't reroute, you screw the entire defense. And why Sauce thought it was important to sit on a 5-yard out route, which when you look at the slot player went with that as well, because he didn't go up there with them. He went to the splats. Like we would have a call. That's as a defensive player, that is unacceptable. Yeah. And we're going to look, and then he's pointing. What are you pointing at me for?
That's what bothered me the most.
What are you pointing at me for?
It's been a theme all year.
Reroute the receiver. Do your job.
Do your job.
You ain't supposed to just open the gate and let them get a free release. Right. Your job is to reroute. We don't have you going vertical because you need to be physical.
I mean, man. Go ahead, Willie.
No, I mean, I'm lost for words.
Right.
I think there's nothing more you can really say.
It all happened so fast.
Gelbs talked about it. One, you can't let the chunk plays, but 2, at the end of the day, this goes down to not understanding your personnel. Anthony Richardson wasn't going to throw them out that game, right? He was going to do a lot of what he did with his legs. So the fact that they allowed him to kind of sit back there in the pocket and deliver the ball down the rail, throw a shot like that, it's just dumb, right? It's just dumb football at the end of the day. And once again, we sit back here and we're scratching our heads like, how did it this Jets team, who I showed up today, offensively the Jets did what they were supposed to do. And tackling, to me, wasn't an issue today. But it comes down to attention to detail and then not being able to finish the game. And here we are on the other side of the, with another L.
I think that's what makes it so frustrating is that this team cannot find a way to get all 3 phases going in one performance. And today, it felt like things were really good for the offense and special teams. I mean, kicker brought from the practice squad, and Anders Carlson made a kick, made a really big kick. Offense had balance. They leaned on Brees in the run game. It wasn't always pretty, but guess what? It got the job done. The run game was solid today. The line gave Rodgers time on enough occasions that they had enough of the pass game going in the second half of this one. Thought the play calling in the second half adjusted to what the Colts were doing to them in the first half. And at the end of the day, they needed their defense to get one stop at the end of the game. And the situational football was terrible on that side of things. And what's even more frustrating is when you look at the whole sample size of the defense, I thought Quinnen Williams was dominant today. I thought both Sherwood and Quincy made some plays. At the end of the day, it's Sauce is in year 3 where this is team leader time.
Yeah.
And it's not just that play, but that play is the perfect microcosm. When he's been a part of big plays, I won't say giving up big plays, but been a part of big plays, the finger pointing is it's the worst look on the team right now. What a disappointment this team must be feeling. And it felt like Rodgers kind of wanted to go for it on that 4th down before they took the 3 points. But honestly, you should be able to take the 3 points in that situation and get a stop.
Of course you should.
I think Olberg made the right decision. Yeah, it didn't work.
And this is the problem, right? When you have a team that consistently finds ways to lose, they are just a team that is unaware of, as you guys have talked about, the situations in the game. And you look at, it's not just that last drive. This was a team that defensively allowed Anthony Richardson on back-to-back drives in that 4th quarter to march down 70 yards like that. So the Jets are up 24-16. Next drive for the Colts, 8 plays, 70 yards, 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Then the Jets take off about 7.5 minutes of the clock, get the field goal. They could have gone for it, but they get the field goal. They do all you want to do. And this Jets defense should find a way to get a stop. And if not, to get a stop, to put up any sort of resistance. But it's right down the field in less than 2 minutes, 6 plays, 70 yards. It's just a losing football team. It's a team that finds ways to lose rather than finds ways to win.